Hey there everybody, I'm Star, and this is... Wait, this is an XCOM? Oh god, what am I doing here? No, this is Ironcast for the Roguelike Megathread. It's kind of a roguelike. It's got rogue elements. If FTL gets called a roguelite-ish thing, then Ironcast fits the same bill. I'm sure you'll enjoy it, and if not, whatever. I will get the hell out of the roguelike thread. We have 4 characters to start from. These unlock gradually as you play the game, so we're going to start with Ares Powell at the start. They all have a slightly different signature augmentation. Mostly what it comes down to is that each of them prefer to match 6 or more of a single type of node to gain a power. Ares likes energy. We'll get to what all this does when we get started. You also unlock 4 different types of, for lack of a better term, mechs. They're called Ironcasts, but they're mechs. They're steampunk mechs. We are playing steampunk mech warrior. That's why this game is so awesome. A little history, and each Ironcast has a unique signature ability. The starter mech is the Dunraven, so we'll start with that, which has rocket pods. Very handy. Here's our base stats. Think of your mech a little bit like the FTL spaceship, and these stats will kind of make sense. Between each mission, we get to come here to the workshop. We can buy new equipment if we ever find blueprints. There's some upgrades we can just always get to increase the stats of our Ironcast: health, ammo, energy, coolant, repair. Those can be useful, but at 1,000 per, they're pretty pricey. We can repair between each fight. And when we level up, we'll get some abilities. I'll fill you in on all these blank spots later. So, we get a choice of 3 missions every day. And it's kind of like FTL in that sense, except we actually know what's going to be there. No, like, blind warping to, like, FTL waypoints. So here we can tell it's going to be a battle. We're going to have 6 turns. We can even see what the rewards are going to be. Or at least the guaranteed rewards. So this is destroy something in 6 turns. I think the first 2 days are always the same missions. So I'm just going to look at the rewards. 550, 535, 540. So I'm going to go for the thing that offers me the most scrap. War asset reward is kind of an interesting concept. It's this vague idea of how much you've rallied your forces. When the boss shows up in 9 missions, war asset is applied directly to the boss's health. So every point of war asset we get is an HP worth of boss we don't have to fight. So Lord Butler actually dies in the tutorial, which I'm skipping. Alright, so we have our mission: destroy the enemy Ironcast before it reaches a warehouse full of civilians, and presumably slaughters them all, because the enemy is merciless, terrible, evil Frenchmen. The plot of the game is basically France is invading England, because, you know, that happens in history all of the time. It's, wow, a really weak Ironcast with only 290 health. We have 620 by comparison. In FTL style, we can target each of its systems. Whoops. Get back here. We can target Weapon A, Weapon B, its shields, or its drives. And drives is your engine movement. So shields work kind of like how you'd expect. I'm going to keep drawing the FTL analogy, but instead of just absorbing a hit and then losing a shield layer, shields provide damage mitigation. So if his shields are up, each shot will do 12, 24, or 36 points of damage less per hit, depending on how many layers he has up. Drives work exactly like FTL engines, though. They just provide a straight evasion chance. So he doesn't have a whole lot of health, and we can't shoot at him at the start of the battle. It's kind of an annoying thing, but we don't get to shoot turn 1. But the Dunraven has a rocket pod, which can be used at the start of every battle. And it's kind of a nice newbie crutch. Because right now it's not moving, it doesn't have its shields up, and the only way I can shoot at it is with the rockets. And that hurts. Now the rockets fire indiscriminately, so we can see the damage was spread out amongst the drive, the defenses, and this weapon. Okay, so this weapon only does 15 to 16 damage. If I can put a layer of shields up, I can neuter most of that damage output. The shock coil, though, is going to hurt. So let's try to aim for that next turn. So, what is going on with the bejeweled shit in the middle? So every gem relates to a system. We can use the green ones to fill a repair tank, which can then repair our systems. You can't repair hull damage, but you can repair systems, and you can have your systems get broken. Purple is ammo. We need that to shoot. Each of our weapons currently requires 3 ammo icons to fire the weapon. Energy is orange, which powers our drive system or our defenses. And it's... oh, there's one on the board. And coolant. Everything requires coolant. Weapons require 2 coolant to fire each, and so do our shields and our drive system right now. So this is kind of a match 3 game. Except, you don't actually move and swap gems. You draw a line. So if I wanted, I could gather all 8 of those repair tokens, like so. Now, let's gather some energy to power our defenses. But then we have a link token here. Actually, 3 of them on the board, which is a lot. So from this link token, we can change what kind of icon we're grabbing. And so it's now, we'll go grab all this ammo. And up top, we can see we now have 7 out of 8 energy, and we have 4 out of 8 ammo. So we're getting resources. Ah, a new node has appeared. This is scrap. Just picking each one of these up is worth 25 scrap. Not exactly the most pivotal thing at the moment, but if you got a free turn, you always need more scrap. So let's see what we can do to clear the board here. I don't really need all these repairs, but there's a bunch of them. And the more items or little gems you grab per move, the more experience you get, the more you level up. Leveling up is good. So now... ooh. Oh wow, I can do this. An opportunity has presented itself. We'll grab this 4 ammo, topping out our ammo bin. Then I will grab this scrap. And I could chain it to something else, but is that really worth it? 2, then 3 is 5. Nah, don't really need a single energy. So we'll save that for next turn. So now, my Ironcast is just brimming with resources, so let's start spending that. Because we picked up 6 or more energy, our little Lady of Power thing triggers, and the next activation of our shield or drive systems is 1 cheaper. So let's turn on our shields. We can see over here, our shield icon is lit up, 1 out of 3 layers. We will reduce the incoming damage of any shot by 10. So that means this gun over here that shoots projectiles for 15 to 16 damage each is now only going to be doing 5 to 6. Putting up a second layer makes that gun completely worthless. And let's start walking for some evasion. We can't shoot at it, which is a shame, because we've got plenty of ammo, plenty of heat to burn, but that's all we can do in this turn. Ow, that still hurts. Ow. Shock coils are dangerous freaking guns. Whew. It almost took off half our health from our systems, so we could expend 5 repair tokens to fix that up a little bit, 35%. And let's take a look at its systems. We didn't do any repairs, but its systems aren't that broken. I definitely want to get rid of that shock coil. It's got a 5% evasion chance and a 0% shield, so that looks like our light cannon. While our energy lance does more damage per single shot, the light cannon does 5 shots for 20 to 22, so it does more damage overall, assuming every shot hits. Essentially, the single-shot high-damage weapons are good for punching through shields, while low-damage multi-shot weapons are good for hitting a system when the shields are down. His shields are down, so let's try to knock out that cannon of his. So damage is applied to the hull and to the system as well. So the system didn't break, and he's got very little health left. I'm pretty sure the next shot will kill him. They're not going to give us a hard fight the first time out. Since that's the case, let's get some experience points by doing our 3 matches. If I forgot to mention, you get to make 3 matches on the board between turns, and you can spend your resources on your systems at any point in time. So, what can we do here? Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm pretty sure he's going to die the moment I fire at him again. So I'm really just looking for big matches to get experience points on, or if it lines up, to get some scrap points. That's... Now's a choice. Do I want 300 XP? 270. Or would I rather get 50 extra scrap? Yeah, I'd go for the scrap. Just because I can, I will repair my systems. This doesn't actually repair hull damage, but, you know, why not? And after a little debrief, we get the reward screen. Tells us exactly what we gained. The mission rewards are always a set thing, like the screen we were looking at there at the beginning. And bonus rewards. So I got 150 scrap from matching the little scrap tiles, 3,000 extra experience from making chains. We only got 25 scrap from destroying that enemy. That's not a lot. Excuse me. And we leveled up, hooray. And we found, dense shield blueprint. That's a nice upgrade. Now these are blueprints. We didn't actually get usable shields. We're gonna have to spend a significant amount of scrap manufacturing those parts for ourselves. Now when I say 25 scrap isn't a very much of a reward for destroying the enemy Ironcast, it did about, about 150 damage to me. Damage to your hull repairs at 1-to-1 in scrap, so you buy 139 scrap. So, in my opinion, it's always better to kill an enemy quickly than risk getting shot again. You can theoretically make more money by sticking around and playing the board, but when repairs are that expensive, I would rather get out of combat as quickly as possible. We leveled up, so let's see what we get with that. Our Ironcast health has increased by 37, and we get our pick of 3 traits. A general augmentation goes down here by the pilot bar, and we have room for 3 of them. Ironcast abilities go down here in the bottom right, and we can have 3 of them. Let's see what we got here. If you complete an 8 or match or more, you get repair. Boosts the strength of each active shield layer. That's not bad. Reduces the opponent's shield. I'm gonna go defensive here. Especially since I just got that blueprint for a really nice shield. So I'm going to select that. And now this is an activatable ability in the next fight. So let's see what we got. We got Dense Shields Mark II, which are better than ours. They take a little bit more power to activate, but they're 50% more effective per layer. And the Dense Shields Mark II are are the exact same things, except they require only 1 coolant per activation. Coolant wasn't an issue last fight, but the longer a fight goes on, the more coolant becomes an issue. So I need 860 scrap to build that. I am short. Well, nothing to do for it, but we gotta go out to the next mission then. Occasionally, a hard mission will spawn, as denoted by the red marker. Our good friend Jeremy Blake. This guy is almost guaranteed to appear on day 2. So he is a traitor. Let's go kill him. So here's Jeremy Blake, turncoat. The scum. Let's see what he's got. Shot cannon is a shotgun that will do 20 to 30 damage to all 4 locations. Well, it's not great at breaking systems, that's still a lot of damage. It's mitigatable by shields. And a heavy cannon. Kind of a middle-of-the-road weapon. It does 2 shots at 40 to 50. Putting up shields will help soften the blow, but it's still going to do some damage. But I can make the shot cannon completely irrelevant by raising shields to about 20 or 30. Which is layers 2 or 3. So that's going to be tough, but we might be able to do that. In any case, with the Dunraven, always open up with rockets. And that got concentrated on the cannon and his shield. It's got a slightly advanced drive. Ooh, 10% per movement. It's pretty good evade. That cannon, though. I don't like that cannon. Well, whatever. I can't shoot him on the first turn, so let's start collecting power. 8. Do I want to go ahead and over-collect? So I can only hold 8. But this clears the board a little bit more and gets me more XP. Kind of a risk-reward thing. We're going all in on shields. Let's use that up. So here we have an overdrive node. We can hold 3 of them at a time, and you can collect them. They kind of count as a wild card. That'd be a bad move, but I could do that. And overdrive nodes get used the next time you activate a system. For weapons, it makes them more damaging. For some weapons, it adds an extra shot. For some weapons, it adds a couple extra shots, like the machine gun will get an extra shot or 2. The energy lance will just do extra damage in 1 single shot. For drives and defenses, it doubles their effectiveness. Where we currently get 5% evasion per level of drive, an overdrive node would get us 10. For shields, where we get 10% damage mitigation per layer, we'd get 20. So I got all my shields up to... You know what? I'm going to go ahead and hit the enhanced shields. That'll keep us really nice and safe for the first turn. So let's see what we can do. Let's collect ammo. Can only collect 8, but I don't want to leave just 3 laying around. There we go, that's not bad, that's not bad. Ooh, I don't want to be stationary. So I can collect 2 power nodes. The unfortunate part is I can't save these power nodes. I'd rather use them on weapons at this stage than doubling my my walk. So, well, I would really like to burn more power walking. I want to save this overdrive node for shooting him at the start of next turn. he did surprisingly little. It's worth noting that the opponents have to gain resources in the same way as we do, at least theoretically. So that shield's going to mitigate 10 damage per shot. That makes our light cannon half as effective. Let's shoot his shield system. Wow, that was effective. Okay, so his shields are now down, and they're broken. So he had shield layers, but we took the system down to 0. So the shields are broken until he can gather up green tokens and repair. I've got enough shields that the shot cannon can't do anything, so the only thing that's dangerous to me is that heavy cannon. But he doesn't have shields or evasion, so let's just take free fire at him. That's just a real gift right there. And not enough ammo on the board. Oof. Alright, clear the board up, and now there's some ammo. Okay, I like that. Let's see if we were to drop that. Oops. I think this will work. Yeah. That's a lot of scrap on the board. That could be worth some money. But first, and more pressing concerns, we gotta kill this guy. That gets me 6. That tops me off. That gets me 7. That's a waste. Oh, that cannon survived with 2 health. Alright, well, we'll put another shot at it. So this is going exceedingly well. I've broke his shields. I broke his primary weapon, for lack of a distinguishing factor. And his shotgun can't actually beat my shields at the moment. The only thing worth shooting then is his drive system. And he is close to death. I could move, but there's no real point. He's not going to be able to hurt me unless he repairs the breach cannon. Or the heavy cannon. Ah. Ooh, he got a lot done this turn. Just like us, sometimes they do a little, sometimes they do a lot. So let's see what he did. He didn't fix the cannon, though. That's good news for us. Okay. Let's get the shields back up. Now let's start walking. I probably forgot to mention this in the first fight since it was so quick. But every turn, your movement speed and your shield layers degrade by 1. So you gotta keep investing energy in them to keep them going. I have 2 shields right now, and I'll have 2 shields on his turn, but at the start of my next turn, I'll have 1 shield, and I will have 0 movement. Gotta keep investing energy if you want to keep your defenses up. Ah, now this little energy piece right here, if you were a scrap, I could connect so much scrap. What do I need here? I need ammo and energy. But nothing is in a big ball. That's just the worst. I could clear out 4 repair and make those guys fall down. And then, yeah, I'm kind of gonna pray that an energy falls down. Nope, I can't link them. That's crap. But, oh, the scrap. I can't ignore the scrap. I didn't get much done this turn, unfortunately. Oh, he repaired the cannon. But 2 level 3 shields, not hurting that much. Just repair my systems because I might need to clear some greens off the board. Okay, that'll give us 2 shots. That'll be enough to kill him, probably. So anything else is kinda gravy. This ought to consolidate the oranges. Damn it, not quite. Alright, you know what? Fine. Screw it. Gonna live dangerously. Targeted shield and fire. So Jeremy Blake had backup. This is a steam tank. It's basically a locomotive armed for war. They don't get shields like Ironcasts do. They just get armor. Straight, passive armor. So as long as this system is intact, the steam tank will take 25% less damage from all sources. Kind of a pain in the ass, honestly. After I beat Jeremy, though, I get one more match to make this turn. Which... if I got more ammo, I could shoot him twice, but I only have 3 coolant, and it would take 4 coolant to fire. And if you overheat, you take 10% damage to all of your systems, which is also then transferred to your hull. So overheating is bad. I could get 3 coolant, which is not much. Or, in preparation for next turn, I could grab all of that delicious energy. And consolidate the coolant a little bit. But at least I have enough ammo and heat left over for one shot. That's pretty useless. That I'm not going to be able to take out in one turn. Oh, if I had more coolant. So wow, that felt slightly ineffectual. But another volley like that will blow its armor system off. Ow. Alright, we need coolant badly. And unfortunately, the most we can get is like 4. That's not great, honestly. A link node. What could I do with you? That was a little risky. Okay, that'll juice up our weapon systems. Still only got 5 coolant though. I can pull the trigger twice. Tell me I broke that. Okay, good. I broke his armor. That's good. That's really fortunate. Alright. Against our shields, the light cannon's not going to do much, so let's aim for that energy lance and try to mitigate damage that's going to come return to us next turn. And our rocket pods have refreshed. Not much of a reason to save them. Might even kill them. Two health. God damn it. If that doesn't make it feel like a roguelike, I don't know what will. That still did 50 damage. Ow. Ow. Damn, that cost me like 100 scrap right there. I hate the repair bills. They are the worst. So he's got 2 health. We just need the coolant to shoot him. Which is kind of unfortunate. Because there's no coolant on the board to gather. Oh, game, why do you hate me like this? Nope, that didn't put more coolant on the board. Oh dear. Oh, come on! Oh, this is so not funny. Alright. Rather than get shot next turn and suffer a lot of damage, I'm going to voluntarily overheat myself. Now this is going to cost me about 15, about 60 points of damage. But I'm a sitting duck. I have no shield. I have no evasion. So I'm going to take 60 points of damage, and even if he only shot me once, on average, I'm going to take at least 77 from that, and on average, 105 from that. So this is subpar solutions, but here we go. So I took 60 damage to save myself from much worse. Ooh, 2 level ups. Nice. And blueprints for a drive and a shield. Not bad. I would have liked those parts, you know, intact, but blueprints are good enough. With 1800 we could probably get 2 of them, but we really need repairs. We still got 1500. We're okay. Replaces all energy nodes with repair nodes. Repair nodes spawn more often. Or another shield augment. Oof. You know, this isn't all great, but repair nodes usually aren't the most vital thing. So I'm gonna go for the ability. Maybe I'll swap it out later. Maybe it'll synergize well with our enhanced shields. Okay, I get it. What the hell? Jeez, this is gonna be a shield run. 20% chance that shield react does more damage for each shot will be reflected back at the source weapon. Oh. And that thing again. Okay, screw it. I'll take the shield augment. So, in light of that, let's see what we can build. Slightly better drive. Yeah, it's a straight upgrade. Or we can get this shield, which will cost more power but less coolant. And it's 50% more effective. Yeah, I will take that. Especially given our shield buffs. Let's go over here. Equip it. And the increased power costs might not be so terrible considering our character likes to make costs cheaper after gathering 6 or more energy nodes. Okay, we're in kind of good shape here. Let's do one more mission. Ah, a trade mission. Again, to draw the FTL analogy. Sometimes you can go to a place and have a dialogue tree to try to trade assets. These can be really nice if they go well. If they go well, you don't take any damage, so you save hundreds on repair bills. We'll get 1,000 scrap, but we won't get any war asset. If it goes well, that's actually pretty well worth it. We won't get any blueprints, which is, okay. But if we fail, we get nothing. Collection for 560. Or kill a tank. You know what? For the sake of it, let's show a munitions run. So our goal here is to collect 8 boxes of munitions. They'll spawn as a special node and they count as a wild card. We're going to be under attack the entire time, so let's see what we can do about that. Shot cannon and a light cannon. Both weapons that are heavily mitigatable by shields. Well, I just happen to have something about that. It's worth noting that this mission is ended the moment you make a match to collect your 8th crate. So theoretically, this match could end whenever we feel like. Just collect all of the ammo for the XP. Here our boxes are. It's only 5, but I need some energy. Let's get our shields up. Screw it, let's just make ourselves an impenetrable wall of shield. Go ahead, shoot at me. Damn. I kind of wanted him to shoot at me. Not a problem, though. That shield, though, is going to make our light cannon do very little damage, so let's get rid of that. Ah, it's the same version as ours. Just uses slightly more coolant than ours. Okay. Got 25 shields. We're still mitigating almost all of the damage it can possibly deal to us. Okay. Oh, it's going to take one more shot to get that shield system down. I think we can manage that. Let's grab a power node. No. Let's get greedy. I can work with that. Ah. Oh, I used the overdrive. Shit. Oh well. That's gonna be some protective friggin' shields right there. Wow, did it really do nothing? I didn't point this out in the before, but you can actually see the enemy's coolant tank, which is interesting. I mean, you don't get to see its ammo, energy, or repair reserves, but for some reason you get to see its coolant tank. Sometimes I just wish I could shoot at the coolant tank, honestly. But it just presented us with a completely stationary, defenseless target. Let's clear that up off the board. Get a little ammo, and now I've got 2 shots. Alright, let's use the overdrive, shooting it. That shield is almost busted. So let's shoot its drive with the overdrive. That was a couple extra shots. That's almost busted too. Then we'll put the second shot into its shields. Does 30 make me immune? No, but 45 will. So it spent its turn gathering and repairing. Okay. Well, sucks to be you, buddy. You're still stationary and immobile. Wait, that's the same thing. Whatever, he's fucked. So all I need now is 3 ammo to ensure I can kill him. And then I can spend the rest of the turn trying to gather scrap or something. Get that little bit of extra income. Actually, nope. You know what? Yep. Gotta do this. Because the mission ends when we get 8 crates. It doesn't end when this guy dies. Oh, I'm out of energy, right? I am invulnerable to him at the moment, though. So you know what? Maybe we'll just let him live for this turn. There's a sneaky little mechanic I'm trying to show off here. Let's juice up. And I want to collect that crate, but I don't because it would end the mission immediately. A little bit of a waste. But now I'm nicely topped off. So, screw this guy. Oh, darn it. You're really gonna take 2 shots? Your shields lived with 2 health. Of course they did. Well, he's dead. But then we just get moved on to a slightly tougher Ironcast. Oh, shock coil. Those are dangerous. They do a lot of damage. So this guy's better equipped. He's got level 2 defensive system, drive system, a shock coil, and a light cannon. The thing I wanted to show off is, though, when there's multiple opponents, when you destroy one, you get 1 extra free match. So, if you can at all, kill an enemy before you spend your matches. Because if I wanted to stick around and engage this guy, I have 2 matches to, well, in theory, pick up as much ammo as I could and then blast him with it immediately before he starts moving. It's really powerful if you can do that. Sadly, that doesn't look like that's going to be something I can do right now. And as I pointed out previously, you don't get a whole lot of scrap bonus per kill. So sitting around and dealing with this guy the whole way through doesn't seem worth it to me. Any reward I'm going to get from him by killing him is going to be vastly dwarfed by the repair bill costs. Because there's just no way I'm not taking damage against the shock cannon. So we're going to spend our 2 matches getting as much XP and scrap as we can. Okay, so I could do that. Or that. I'd really like to do both, though. Well, we can try to get lucky. I'm an idiot. That was my last match. I'm an idiot. Well, next turn, though, we can collect a lot of scrap in 2 extra boxes. So great, I've screwed this up. Whatever, fire away. Always pay attention to the number of matches you have. At least I left myself with a lot of energy and coolant, so I can at least put up 45 points of shields and 10% dodge. Nope, here it comes. Ow. Don't shoot again, don't shoot again. Oh, you asshole. Ow. Okay, so that was about 70 damage. So my misstep cost me about 70 scrap to repair. And we're gonna get about 150 off of that move. Is there anything I want to do before I take that action? Why not? That got me another piece of scrap. Okay, okay. If I drop this down by 2, down by 1. Nope. Guess then that would be down there. Yeah, okay. Like I said, mission ends immediately. Doesn't matter how badly outgunned or outmatched or how close to death you are. Collect that 8th box and the mission ends. Yeah, scrap from destroyed enemies, 55. killing them really isn't worth the bonus. I'd rather just not take damage. Hey, we got a rare drive blueprint. That's pretty handy. A rare shield and a rare drive. This could be pretty good. We need some better weapons soon, but I'm happy with that. Ooh, life leech. One of the very few ways to repair your hull in combat. Just siphon 50 hull points straight off your opponent. It's pretty nice. So enhanced evasion is kind of like the same thing as our shields, but for the drive. Adding an extra 5% for every layer of walk. Layer of walk? That's a weird thing. Whatever. And turn all the scrap nodes into coolant nodes. Can be pretty useful, actually. Scrap nodes tend to be kind of rare and never making large clusters. Well, almost never. Turning them into coolant can sometimes really help you consolidate a board and cool off your mech. But I'm going to take Life Leech because, holy Christ, that's good. That's one of the only ways to heal, so I'm all for that. I mean, that's doing 50 damage, healing 50 damage, and saving 50 scrap on repair bills. Hard to argue with that one. So let's see. We currently have a standard drive, and here's a hardened drive Mark II. Does 10% per layer, 3 energy, and 1 coolant. So let's see, a standard drive is 2-2 and 7. A hardened drive is 3-2 and 10. So this just runs a little bit cooler. So we're going to be paying a little bit more energy but less coolant for more evasion. Yep, that sounds good to me. For only 860 scrap, deal. So we're pretty good. That's good defense for the start. I think 3 missions is enough for the first. I think I'll just break this up in chunks of 3. I hope you like Ironcast. It is a really fun, addicting game. It is very hard at the beginning. You're going to die a lot. I've put about 10 hours into this game, and I think I have beat the boss once so far. It's on sale in the Steam Summer Store. I'd say it was definitely worth the $7.50 I put towards it. If you guys want to pick it up, I would recommend it. I hope you enjoyed.